Okay, good afternoon. Right, what I'm going to do today is draw a shoe. Maybe not the most exciting thing in the world, but it is quite hard, it is quite a challenge, and I want a challenge, I want something that's quite hard to do. What I've done is I've got a few different pairs of shoes. Actually, when I've chosen these, I've thought about, because this is the coronavirus thing going on, it's strange that the shoes I've chosen are all, well, there's these, my cycling shoes, which denote freedom, outside and being in the open air. I go cycling every morning, at what time? 6:30 till 7:30 in the morning before everyone gets up. There's just a few joggers out. So there's them. Quite difficult to do, really difficult to draw. There is my other ones. These are the ones I actually wear. Would I do 2 or 1? 2 is the ultimate, really, or would I do 1? I'm not sure. 2 or 1. There's them anyway. And then there is my walking boots. These. I think there's too much going on there for me to, although they do look good to draw. You see them? If I was going to draw one of them, I'd just draw 1, I reckon. I might go for that one. Because I like the shape. I'll just move all this stuff. And then I've got to think, I don't want my paper. So I'm going to be kind of here drawing like that. I'm going to be here, so would I be drawing it like that? I think so. You see how I've set that up? If I move this, simple as that, nothing complicated. I think I might just move these out of the way though, the laces, they're a bit annoying. So to start, HB pencil, rubber, pencil sharpener, and something to put my pencil sharpenings in. I have got a set of pencils here, but these ones, they're good, but I don't know whether I'll use them. That's quite complicated, that. So to start with, I would work out very lightly the general shape. I'm going to move this on to, is it Time-lapse? After I've done this initial bit, but I just want to kind of show you how to fit it in. I'm being aware that it's got to fit in this space, yeah? And so I don't want to make it big and then the toe goes off here. So I'm kind of just very roughly working out how it would fit on the page. But I'm also thinking of angles whilst I'm doing this, and my angles are quite rough and I'm just drawing quite a few lines. Can you see that? Maybe you can't see that. So it's roughly worked in. Now that I've roughly worked in where I'm going to put it, I'm going to move on to, now that I've got an editing, I know I've got iMovie on my phone, I can edit movies. So this is going to be the first one I've edited. I guess before I move on to time-lapse, because I won't be able to talk then, I'll just tell you a little bit about this boot which I bought for going to Australia, to Kangaroo Island. And I walked around Kangaroo Island for 7 days in the Australian winter and camped, walking between 15 and 20 miles a day, walking all day. I was the only one in the national park, and now that area, earlier on in the year, all burnt to the ground, as a lot of Australian wilderness did. So this boot completely denotes freedom to me. I think that's longer there. Anyway, I've done a rough line, and I'm just going to draw the table line in as well. where the table finishes, I am now going to move on to time-lapse. And I reckon I'm going to give myself not more than 40 minutes on this drawing. Let's see, I will time myself. So that's the time lapse done. I probably went past in about 5 seconds, but it took me, how long did that take me? Hang on. I don't know. 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. You'll see, I noticed that I really struggled with this drawing in many ways. It's not perfect, but it's kind of roughly right. It sits on the table pretty well. I went to a 6, this is actually an 8B pencil. Once I'd got the 2B in where I'd defined exactly where it was going to sit, and I wanted it to be bigger. I wanted to draw it bigger, so the hardest point for me was actually squashing it down here. You can see originally I drew it there, to squash it down so that it wouldn't fall off the table. I've gone back to HB again a little bit, just, I don't really know what I'm doing, just to define shapes and edges and surfaces and how they sit. And I'm going to stop in a bit, I think. But I don't want it to look like, it kind of looks like you can see through it there, whereas that bit looks more resolved. So maybe that is a matter of doing this with the 8B. It's experimentation. I can't remember the last time I drew a shoe or anything really, as I do music mostly. See, that looks better. What I'm going to do after I finish this and edited it and stuck it up online is have a look at how Vincent van Gogh, don't know how to say his name, drew shoes, because I know he did draw them. I know he did draw shoes. That brings it forward quite nicely actually, but it still looks see-through here, and really it shouldn't. Is that better? I don't know. Does that look better? Shall I just leave it? I don't know. Any advice would be welcome. I don't know. There, see, it's darker there as well. Is this right? Anyway, let's see how long this takes. I'll spend a little bit more time on it, because once the camera stopped, I've stopped. I'm not going to go back to it. And then this is all quite dark here as well, although I've done it quite lightly. Look at my hand. My hand is dirty. See, I need to do some research on how to actually make a plane, like the surface, feel like it's going at the right angle, because I'm not sure it always does. And obviously, like, these aren't in the right place. If you can see, I'll move it in a while, but if you can see, they're not in the right place. But once that has gone, people are going to be looking at that and thinking, does that look right? Not does that look right against that, because that'll have gone. So it's all about, how does this sit? How does this work? Okay. You know, Vincent van Gogh wasn't thinking. Was he thinking? Or was it just an exercise in drawing a shoe and doing exactly what I'm doing? You can see I've done a line here. That's an angle just to work out a triangle there. So I've just continued it, and I could have done that as well. Just to think, right, there's a triangle there and there's a triangle there. I do tend to split everything down into angles, but I'm going to get rid of that now. And hopefully, this rubber's too big for what I'm doing. I wonder if that makes more sense. No. There's a bit of Ravi Shankar in the background for you. Does that look better? Oh, it's not Ravi Shankar. This is not Ravi Shankar, but this is a beautiful piece of music. Shall I leave it there? I think I'm going to leave it. What else can I do? That. I can do that. It's very Moorish. Always want to do a bit more. That's wrong as well, you know. It's a bit lighter there. The rubber struggles to rub out 8B. It's like 8B coats the surface, whereas HB and 2B seem to sit a little bit more in the surface. I don't know why, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just making it up. Pretend to sound professional. Alright, I think that'll do. I'm going to stop. So that's me, H. Grange, or Mr. Grange, whatever you want. April 2 to 20. That's all I need to write. A shoe. My boot. My boot. Alright. I hope you got something out of that.